Hello folks, welcome to Legacy IS Academy. In this video, we will be discussing a current affair topic presented to you by faculty Sushma KP. So what is the topic that we will be looking into today? We will be looking about the youth-led protests in Morocco and Madagascar. We have been hearing about this youth led protests for a while now. We started and seeing with respect to your Nepal and now Indonesia. Again, now this has started with your Morocco and Madagascar. What is this? We will be dissecting and detecting in detail. Now, first and foremost, when we say youth led protests, if you see, yes, your Nepal, South Asia, and then with respect to your Madagascar, Morocco, there is seeming to be a similar pattern in all of this. What is that similar pattern and what is the underlying cause behind this? We will see. First and foremost, in Nepal's condition, Philippines and Indonesia, now coupled with your Morocco and Madagascar, the protests have largely been targeted at your socio-economic and political issues, which means the way of life, the quality of life that they are receiving is what one of the main reasons is. Let's dissect it together. First is, let's take with respect to why youth are coming into these protests. Why are we calling it as youth protests? First and foremost, in most of the developing country, the demographic strength or the majority is in the form of the youth. For example, if you see for Morocco, more than half of its population are under the age of 35, so active youth. And your Madagascar, if you see, more than 50% of its population are under 18, so it is a very young population. One of the things is constantly the elites, they go on accumulating wealth, whereas the middle income trap, and at the same point of time the youth are still told that you have to get college degrees if you have a good change in life, if you have a better position, but none of those are seemingly happening. They are promised a better future with education, but once they finish, what they are meeting up with is unemployment, or if they do even get employed, it is with very low ages. And also for the amount that they are paying, the quality of services they are receiving is even more terrible. For example, death of 8 pregnant women has triggered the debates, understanding, and this leads to a frustration in them that is coming out and making them do this. Another thing is, this is a digital generation wherein the social media is used as a mobilization tool and they are all having a similar angst. So, your platforms such as Discord, TikTok, Facebook have become the most important place which becomes easier to coordinate among each other. Now, this app called this Discord, the same thing was even used during your Nepal protests. Now, with respect to your Morocco, your North African country, what is the reason? 8 women in hospital died while giving birth. Now, this triggered the public anger as to so bad the health services are. Where did the money go? The money went in government spending and pouring billions and billions and billions in repairing the stadiums where it is going to be hosting your FIFA World Cups. Okay, so all the money is spent on the stadiums. Okay, fine, but where is the hospitals? So this is what led to your anger amongst the youth, which transformed into this statement: stadiums are here, but where are the hospitals? So if you see who is leading here the protests, that is your Gen Z 212. This 212 is the extension of the Morocco. Now, one of the main things here, they started out with your public health services or your public services that are to be offered by the government is not up to the mark. So the Gen Z started the protest, but it is mostly very leaderless and it is very decentralized approach. They also were using the same social media platforms. And what are the key demands of this? If you see, first and foremost, it is to provide better public services to the people, and also irrespective of the power getting, let's say the president removes the cabinet, but then they said no, let's dismiss the government itself. Okay. And if you see how the socio-economic factors are in Morocco as of now, there is 36% of youth unemployment. Overall global average of per capita GDP based on 2024 is 13,000, means in here it is 3,993. The income inequality is also rising very higher. Now, before we go ahead, we have a small announcement from Lexi IS Academy. If you're someone who wants to kickstart your UPSC civil service examination, then look no further. You have found the right spot with Lexi IS Academy. One of the main reasons is we maintain our batch size at strictly 40 member per limit so as to provide you individualized and personalized guidance. We also offer one-on-one mentorship, easy access to educators, daily mains answer writing challenge, prelims mock tests, interview mock test panels. We also do a holistic wide current affair classes, CSAT classes. We conduct our classes in both offline as well as online mode. For those of you who are working professionals and students, we do offer our courses in the weekends as well. For more details, you can check out Lexia's Academy website or visit us directly. Let's come back to the topic. Now, what is the issue with respect to your Madagascar and why did youth led protests start here? First and foremost, what was the trigger point? In Morocco, we saw the trigger point was 8 women died while giving birth in a public hospital. Now, here the trigger was because of frequent power and water cuts by the government. And also, the government in a massive crackdown, killed over 20 protesters. Many times, this has also been held that there was a unsuccessful attempt at taking over the government forcibly, was told by the president himself. So they have been wanting the resignation of the president Andry Rajolini, but this particular president has removed his cabinet, but yet they are wanting his own resignation. Here, the youth protesters are being called as your Gen Z Madagascar. They started this trend on your Facebook and TikTok, and later this was also joined by your other sections of the society. And if we will see how Madagascar's economic situation is, their per capita GDP is only 545, which means more than three-fourth of the people are living below the poverty line. And more than 45% of their income has been steadily decreasing. Understanding? So, if we see what are the common themes or trends that we see in this protests are, first and foremost, there is economic inequality. Why is there economic inequality? A, unemployment. And this unemployment, where was it before? It was the manufacturing jobs, and now that has been lost. And second thing is the middle income trap. The amount of money you put, let's say you earn bare minimum and you put all that in your health care only, right? And that too not for wellness, but in order to treat an illness. Okay. And a small section of elites are controlling major section of the resources. And alongside this, the youth, their so-called dreams of once you get a graduation degree, then your life is settled, that is more of a cheating to what they are expected and what reality they are met with. Another thing is they are having a huge distrust in the politics also. They see constantly dynastic politics where families on families coming in, a section of elites getting created, huge amount of nepotism going on, the flashy lifestyles of the children of your elites or your elite families. And also, this is leading to angst which is already there. This is fueling them, because as of now in social media generation, everyone wants to flaunt things that they have or don't. So this fast mobilization and also rapid organization of people is leading to this. Now, if you see, is it only in these South Asian and North African and Indian Ocean country, is it prevalent? No, it has been a global pattern. In Indonesia, youth protest broke down with respect to economic crisis. In Philippines, it was your Nepo Kids protest. Nepal also had the Nepo Kids protest. Hong Kong, again, it was against anti-authoritarian movement. USA also was against your authoritarian movements, and also the Cold War aftermaths. In of all this, only Nepal was successful in trying to bring a regime change or the government change. But here the issue is, first and foremost, why the youth are the ones who are protesting. First, they develop strong opinions. Second, they have the time and energy to protest because they are unemployed, and your policies are the ones that is making it like that. And also, they are strictly very underrepresented. Let's take Indian scenario itself. The average age of an Indian MP is 56, whereas an average age of an Indian is 27.8. So 28 years, let's assume. Do you see the difference of the youth representation in parliament? So the youth are feeling they are more of voiceless to showcase their anger. Now, the role of social media plays two things in the youth led protest. First, it leads to rapid communication, it also makes sure that it can cross the boundaries. But the issues are this youth led protest, say, it is becoming very short term bursts. Another thing is they don't know how to build a long term coalitions. Understanding? Why are these movements, if you see, they are not able to sustain long term coalition? Simple, they don't have a structured leadership. And another thing is their demands are too broader and not concise. There is also internal disagreements amongst themselves. They are not yet seen. The youth, they tend to develop a different kind of opinions rather than what they would learn in the later. So which means what you're supposed to do, you have to put them, train them, mold them, give them position opportunities. So this is where they have to be brought into the system, not be thrown out of the system. Here the system, as in we mean that they have to be trained, they have to be brought into the ambit of voice, their voices need to be heard. Understanding? So what, this is something that is happening in other parts of the country, but this is something that is very important that India should also look into. In what aspects? We have to reduce the unemployment rates first. We have to improve the quality of public services such as your healthcare, education, and if you have to reduce people spending on these basic services, the quality of healthcare, the quality of public services should also be very important. And also youth should be adequately represented, their voices have to be heard, and inclusive economic growth has to happen. It should not be just a elite capture which will again lead to frustration of the people. And whenever these kind of protests break out, it is not just about trying to bring a crackdown on them, it is finally to listen to what it is that they are trying to showcase. So youth protests in Morocco and Madagascar are not something that is isolated incidents, but something that the entire world should have a look into. With this, we've come to the end of the content. If you like our content, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, share it along with your friends. Thank you.